Hey, how's it going, everybody? Jesse Brisendine here, and I got my buddy John Asper out here.
How are you?
Good, Johnny. How you doing? Good. Good to see you. We have a kind of a special project that we're starting today, and I'll let Johnny tell you a little bit about it.
Yeah, after coaxing me out of the shadows, actually it was an easy sell, to be honest with you. In February of 2015, I was diagnosed with ALS, amyotrophic lateral sclerosis. It's a mouthful, and it's even more difficult to deal with on a day-to-day basis. For a lot of us out there, including myself, I had heard about ALS, or Lou Gehrig's disease, for years and years, but never really had an appreciation for it. So, bringing us to the present time, about a year and a half after being diagnosed, it's my wish that I bring to light, in a layman's terms or easier to understand terms, what is ALS and what does it do to the body, what does it do to the victim or to the patient. ALS is in a nutshell, is a progressive, degenerative motor neuron disease. Now, what does that mean? Progressive means it never stops. I mean, it doesn't take a day off. It doesn't take a minute off. It just goes on and on and on until it consumes you. So a progressive, degenerative disease, which means that it literally, and I like to say tongue-in-cheek when I'm making fun of myself in front of my friends, I said, eventually it'll turn me and those with us that have it into a jellyfish. It's insidious, and it's not like it's a contest. My disease is worse than your disease, and I don't need more sympathy, or I don't need... It's just the awareness of a progressive, degenerative motor neuron disease means it atrophies, it breaks down, it deteriorates, it destroys every muscle fiber in your body until it literally turns you into a jellyfish. Unfortunately, I wish there was a less graphic way to describe it, but that's the reality of it. In the next few episodes, weeks, months, depending on how much time we literally have, Jesse and I are going to do our best to expose my adaptive lifestyle changes, my coping skills, and how I get through my day. To give you a little bit of past history of who am I, who is John Asper, where did you come from, and what'd you do, and who the heck are you? I see myself, my self-image, my body image, is I see myself as I was an athlete. I loved football, played and coached college football for almost, and it was involved with organized football for almost 35 years. I mean, from the time I was 10 years old to the time I was 45 years old, I was involved in some capacity with organized football. Loved it. Got a master's degree in physical education, higher ed. Coached small schools, Division I a little bit, et cetera, et cetera. When I got out of the athletic business, when I stopped coaching, I reinvented myself, and I rolled out of bed one day and said, okay, Aspirin, now what are you going to do? And it was actually an easy transition in that I'd been in and around, growing up in Texas, and growing up with a family that loves food, and gregarious, loved to entertain. I started a catering company called Epicurean Cowboy, and so I reinvented myself from college football coach to cowboy chef, and we started the business Epicurean Cowboy, and that was about 1997, 98, 99. I started playing with it, and was a sole proprietor, small business, full service caterer, chef, up until this past year, up until about February, March of 2015. And I had to retire. I had to put the business aside and good, bad, or indifferent, right or wrong, the reality of it is that ALS, in my case, is a full-time job, and I deal with it every hour of every day from here on out. So that's kind of where I'm at now.
Yeah, I think something John said it's really important is it doesn't take the time off. It's working all the time. And when I met John, as he said, he's a chef, he's a cowboy, he's an athlete, and seeing him go through some of the daily struggles of things that he used to take for granted, we all took for granted. And what we really hope by taking you on this journey with us is that it brings awareness to what ALS is, how it affects somebody, and then hopefully, some people that are smarter than we are inspired by this, and they start to really dive in and do more and more research with it and figure out how to eliminate this horrible and jellyfish turning disease once and for all.
At most, it's sobering because I've had to put my ego as large or as strong. You can have a big ego. It can be a big ego but a weak ego, and I had both. It was large but weak. I've had to put it aside, and because we're going to show, I hope we have the ability to show really some of the insidiousness of the disease and how it disables. So that why would you do that? The reason I want to do that is so that when people see me or people in other walks of life see this, they will have a greater appreciation of the disease itself, and then hopefully someone will gather some strength and confidence and love. And that's our tagline, is now that you have ALS, how do we live with dignity? And that's my big thing, is I've been dealt some tough cards, okay, so now what do? You can either go hide and sit in a shell, or we can live large, live with dignity, and embrace life, and love every last minute of every day as best as I can. And that's my goal here. So
That's awesome.
I hope it works.
Well, hey, Johnny, it's going to be a great journey. Thanks.
Hey, thank you. Thanks. Okay.